Alright, so as you look at this, we are in Premiere Pro. Remember, anytime you come in, you want to go to Window, Workspaces, and then Editing. And when we set our screen up, like we talked about last time, all we want at the top is our viewfinder. So if you got like a bunch of stuff like this, click inside a box, grab that arrow, and you can scoot it over. The big viewfinder is what we want at the top. All of these boxes are closed. The viewfinder is at the top, and the editing timeline, or where we actually do the cutting, is at the bottom. I want to show you how to make sure you cut things into pieces. Take the video track and make it as tall as you possibly can. Like if yours looks like this and it's nothing but a blue line, if you go up to the top, hover over that top arrow, like the top edge, make it as big as possible. You see this big thumbnail? And remember, a thumbnail is just a still image of what your video looks like. We want to start this clip right before the first serve. So I'm going to hit my spacebar. Spacebar is my play button, and you can see the video starts. And I'm just going to wait and watch until right before she serves. See the player in the blue on the right hand border, right before they serve. I'm going to hit the spacebar to pause it. Notice that it's pretty teeny tiny down here. I want you to remember this big long slider at the bottom. If I grab it and move it to the left, it used to look like this, right? Well, I couldn't see much of a difference. But if you do it like this, I want to start right before she serves the ball. This is the playhead. The playhead tells you where you are. I could click and hold and drag back a little bit to right before she dribbles. Yeah. And split in Premiere Pro is different from Rush. So I'm going to hold down Control K. But I always say Control K is for cut, if you spell it wrong. But that will cut all the junk you don't need, because we want to start right before the first serve. The point of this video is to get rid of all the boring stuff in between the plays and just see the plays themselves. Each shot we'll want to start about 2 seconds before they serve the ball. And then we'll want to stop each shot 2 seconds after the ball bounces on the floor.
Did you know that when a short person waves at you, it's called a microwave?
So I've split this part off by itself, right? If I right-click on it, and remember right-click is your middle finger on the right button of the mouse, you're looking for Ripple Delete. What Ripple Delete does, it deletes everything. So if I hit my space bar, she should dribble the ball maybe once or twice and then serve it, right? Start, 1, and boom. Now we want to wait until 2 seconds after it hits the ground, 1, 2. Now, did you see the camera move? That's the stuff we want to get rid of, all this stuff. So, the ball hits the ground, it bounces out. I want to end the shot like right before the camera starts moving. So I'm going to back it up with the playhead. This tells you where you are, right? Control K. Now, I want to cut out all of the stuff until right before they serve it again. So, I'm going to hit the space bar for play. I'm going to watch. They're going to do the huddle. In most cases, cut the huddle out. I never get a good shot of it, and it happens so fast. So I want to start about 2 seconds before they serve, right? I paused it. I'm going to back it up a little bit. Right there. Control K for cut. Now, this was our first shot. This is the stuff we want to cut out. And this is the start of the next shot. So if I right-click, remember, middle finger on the right-hand button, Ripple Delete. Yeah. She bounces. She serves. 1, 2, and we cut to the next shot. You see that little bitty camera jiggle in the beginning? Cut it out. Can I do that? And can I click on this tiny little bit and do Ripple Delete? I don't want to see any camera movement in between shots. That's better. Now let's talk about how to add transitions. Remember this little box right here I had you get rid of? Bring it back. If you find these 2 arrows, you're looking for effects, transition between videos. So we double click on video transitions. Dissolve is the one we want, and we want to do cross dissolve. How that works is you click on cross dissolve and you hold it. Drag it over, drop it between your 2 shots. You see that little rectangle thing? And then let go. Now if we back it up, will it crossfade? There it is. So we watch the next shot. Hits the ground, 1, to. I want to pause it right before the camera starts moving, right? Control K for cut. Hit play. Yeah, avoid the huddles and avoid the scoreboards. If there's ever a scoreboard shot, I never get a good shot. So 2 seconds before she serves, maybe back it up just a little bit. Click on that and move it back. Then I Control K. This is the stuff I want to get rid of, right? Right click, middle finger on the right hand button, ripple delete. Let's watch it and see if there's not a little camera jiggle right here. This transition is called a cut. It's where you just go from one shot to another. There's no crossfade, no nothing. One shot ends and the next one begins. The camera's about as still as it's going to get, right? Grab your cross dissolve, drop it. Notice how it's between the 2 shots, right? Let's watch it. First crossfade, that's good. It falls on 1, 2, second crossfade. Did you see that little bitty camera move at the end? What if I trim like the last of it off? See how the camera's already moving? 1, 2. And then do I have to ripple delete again? And then do I have to drag the cross dissolve again? Then do I have to back it up and hit the play button again, which is the space bar? That's cool. We want to keep the camera movement during the transitions to a minimum, because otherwise, man, it looks weird. And then we just repeat this process over and over again. Seriously, that's it. The big thing I'm looking for, we want 2 seconds before each shot, we want 2 seconds after each shot, and then put a cross dissolve between them. Get rid of all the camera movement in between the shots, because we don't want one shot fading out and the camera to go and go over to the right or left or something like that. And then put your crossfade between each one. So that's the process on making the cuts in your volleyball video and adding the transition. So I thought I'd put a couple familiar faces up here. As we close, I'll let you know how much needs to be done by each team, depending on what we're doing at the time. That's all I got. Thanks, bull bye.